Hey guys, welcome to the Recap Podcast. My name is David, and I'm the youth pastor here at Victory Church, Oklahoma City, where we meet every Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. and Sundays at 10:30 a.m. We are here to talk about what God is doing in our lives in the youth ministry and to recap on what happens at our gatherings. Now, let's check out our next episode.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Recap Podcast. I'm David. We have some people that are new here today.
I'm Xavier. Hi.
Oh, I'm Jordan, returning guest.
I am Preston Ortiz.
There we go, man. Hey, it's good to see you. This is episode 10, man. Episode 10. Today is going to be quite straightforward, fast, precise. To tell you the truth, who do we had speaking this yesterday, actually?
Pastor Oscar?
Come on, give it up for
Pastor
Pastor
Oscar.
Pastor Oscar.
Ortiz.
P.O.
Main man.
Initials. No, but that's good. Pastor Oscar came. He gave a great word. Man, it was awesome. He was teaching us how to doubt our doubts, and that's awesome. I love it. But before we go there, we got some couple of announcements for you to know what's happening here at Victory Youth. What's happening next week, guys?
The Christmas party.
What are you guys going to dress up as?
I'm going to attempt to dress up as Santa Claus.
Okay, Santa.
I say attempt because I don't know if I'll be able to either find the stuff to make the costume or be able to buy the costume itself.
That's true. That's true. You know what would be cool? You have your reindeers with you.
That'd be
Don't look at
really
me.
cool.
Don't look at me.
Jordan, any takers?
I'll try and get Charlie into it.
One reindeer.
I'll make him Rudolph. I'll make him Rudolph.
Wait. That's a trick question, right? Because Rudolph is not part of his reindeer on the sleigh. Isn't that right?
No, he is.
No,
he became
he's
one.
the head.
Yeah,
of
he's
the,
the leader.
He's the lead?
Yeah.
Rudolph?
I think
yeah.
so.
He
'Cause
literally lights the way. It's in the
Santa
song.
comes to him and is like, "Hey, your nose is really cool. You should lead my sleigh from now on."
Man,
So
somebody told me that Rudolph was never part of the.
he wasn't at first, and then
He was
Santa
part of
found
the
him.
original, but then after he was like the main one.
Yeah, he like literally.
So that's why it is. He was not part of the original.
It's Rudolph, and then all the others behind him.
So there's 8 or 7.
9.
9.
Dasher, Dancer, Donner, Blitzen, Comet, Cupid, Vixen, Prancer, Rudolph.
Wow.
What in the world? that's a superpower down
He's a
there.
nerd. No.
You know, hey, how about if there's 9 reindeers? How about the 9 fruit of the spirits? Anybody?
I have most of them memorized. Actually, I'm not even gonna say that.
You know what, guys? Next episode, 9 fruit of the spirits. There we go. Yeah, Christmas party. And then the next week after that, which will be December 18, we have something where we do here every year to help the community, right? And we wrap. What do you guys wrap?
Presents.
Ooh, what presents, man?
Whatever they send us.
Literally.
What's the craziest present you ever wrapped, Preston? Or how about you guys?
Just this big. It was just a big doll. It wasn't anything crazy. Just
Big doll?
A big baby doll.
How big?
This big?
Are you a good rapper?
No. Evan is though.
Yeah, Evan's a fantastic
Evan
rapper.
just
It's
carries
weird.
our whole table.
Yeah, it's like a
He'll be
weird
like,
superpower.
You,
Phenomenal.
Scissors.
He's
you
crazy.
tape. Come on. I mean, obviously not like that, but he
Yeah.
always carries our table.
How about you guys? What's the craziest present you ever wrapped?
I know we wrapped like a weird like car set last year, and like all the cars were like sticking out, so it was weird.
Like Hot Wheel cars?
Yeah, kind of. It was really like it was weird, but it was like Hot Wheels. It was just hard because they were all like sticking out at different lengths.
Any box that's like a flat box with like a little square on the. That's
weird.
rough to
That's
wrap.
rough. Yeah, that's true. Because then it's like popping out.
Yeah.
Or like
I know what that give is.
or like a soccer ball because they have like that box around it, and it's
or just like a really big box that's like super hard to wrap because you got to figure out what type of how much wrapping paper you need.
That'd be crazy, man. Well, Christmas party and then the community wrapping presents on December 18th. We might have a crazy game where we wrap difficult presents, and we see who is the best wrapped in their circles.
yeah, Evan's gonna win.
Why? What about
There's
instead
no
of
way.
what about instead of wrapping crazy hard presents, we wrap like students and see like who can wrap.
Yeah.
the
Like
student,
the most,
like,
most
make-
creative
yeah.
one to wrap.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. So if you guys come on, it'll be fun. Bring a friend. Don't come alone. Yeah, you might win presents. You never know what kind of presents is gonna be there, and you might win a free trip to Disney. I'm just kidding.
You will definitely not win that.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Don't lie to the kids.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Christmas coming up. Merry Christmas, everybody, and a Happy New Year. Every time when I say that, I always think of Home Alone. And it's just like
What is? I do have a question, if you don't mind me asking.
No, yeah, go ahead.
What is everybody's favorite like Christmas movie?
Ooh.
Getting that holiday, little holiday
Star
spirit.
Wars.
Star Wars.
Which one?
Is that a Christmas movie?
It came out in December. Okay, wait.
But-
What does that make it a Christmas
But
movie?
does it count as a
Does it
Christmas
make
movie?
it a Christmas movie?
Like I think Ocean's 11 came out in December. It's not a Christmas movie.
I would say Ocean's 11.
Great movie.
It's a
but not
great movie,
Christmas
but it's not a Christmas movie.
That movie is a banger.
How about Die Hard? Die Hard. No.
I don't even think
Old
there's.
school action film.
I don't even think there's a Santa Claus hat in that movie
I have a
Small.
top 3 favorite
Or
Christmas
snow.
movies. I have a top 3.
at all.
I have a top 3 like favorite Christmas movies. Elf, Home Alone 2, and then the North Pole
And what?
or the Polar Express. I said the North Pole.
Oh, the Polar
but
Express. Yeah,
yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah,
I love that one.
Elf. I mean, Elf is just a classic.
Elf's a staple.
Everybody loves Elf.
Elf is a banger.
Mine will be Home Alone.
I like
One.
I'm a little more old school. I like Frosty the Snowman.
Oh, Jack
Yeah.
Frost. No?
I do. I like that one. I like I also like a slasher Christmas film that I've seen.
Slasher.
I think I don't know what it's called. I don't know what it's called at all, but it stars Bill Goldberg. And he plays Santa Claus and he just goes around killing people.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Ooh. With kindness. With
kindness.
kindness.
Oh, I
With
hope so,
kindness.
man.
And
So
presents.
with presents and love. Well, that's
Yeah.
crazy, man. I like all Christmas traditions and everything. Yeah, but let's go straight into it. I think today is going to be a very short podcast, but we are excited to share what happened and what did Pastor Oscar spoke. It was amazing time. In case you didn't know, fun fact: Pastor Oscar's son is right here right now. It is none other than Preston.
I was like,
Xavier.
So Preston, man, what do you think about your dad, man?
I
Come
think
on.
it was awesome. I
Come
think he
on.
did. I think he killed it.
Yes, he did.
He always does.
He used to be a youth pastor, by the way.
And a worship pastor.
Almost everybody used to be a youth pastor. Not really a worship pastor, but everybody almost used to be a youth pastor.
Maybe that's where they get their start.
Oh dear.
First it's a 30 man group of youth kids, and then it's 300 plus.
It always goes uphill from now on. Just so you don't know. So, oh yeah, man. What's the one take that you like, Pastor Oscar sharing with us about doubting our doubts?
The faith thing about the
wheelbarrow.
wheelbarrow across the tightrope.
What's the guy's name? Ooh,
Charles Blondin.
he was talking about Charles Blondin. Man, it was like back in the
1959.
It was 18.
1859.
It was like
1859.
1859.
Just a story about faith, and I mean, it puts in perspective a lot for the people today, especially my generation. Just people who say they have faith. They're like, yeah, but then in reality, something happens. Something is hard comes, and it just all goes out the window.
yeah.
So just whenever the trials come, whenever the tests come, that's what really proves if you have faith or not.
And yeah, I like it also when Pastor Oscar said, it's so easy to do your faith at church, but when tough times comes, like when you're outside of church, you're doing things life by yourself at school, that's the real test, man. That's when you know that faith is not just a feeling or a thinking, but you're like, I believe because I believe. Not because, oh, I feel it right now, like, oh, goosebumps. Like, no, it's because I know God is with me, that He is God, the God. How about you guys? What takers?
I like the one where he's like, your thoughts aren't always right, and neither are your feelings.
Yeah.
So you can't go into a situation, or you can't go into faith thinking about feeling when feeling has nothing to do with it.
No.
It's all about him, like worshiping, like his example of worshiping, where he said, no matter what I'm feeling, I will always worship God to my fullest extent, because the worship isn't for me no matter how I'm feeling. The worship is for him.
Yeah.
So that was one thing that really like hit me close, because when I go into worship, sometimes I go into it thinking with my feelings, thinking with my mind, not thinking with my faith, and letting my faith carry me through it. So
That's good, man. I love that.
Something he said that stuck out to me, I have it here, is like be okay when God doesn't answer your prayer because God doesn't change his character. Because I know a big thing, like, and I've had friends who stopped believing and stopped being Christian because, and the reasoning was, oh, God never answered my prayers, or God never did this for me when I asked him to, so there's no way he's real.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a big thing in today's world, especially like among our generation, is like when something doesn't happen, we tend to lose hope in it and then we lose faith in it. But with God, it's like that doesn't change his character. He's going to answer your prayer.
Come on.
He may have not just answered that one because that one may not have been right for you because you may think you have the right intentions, but God knows what really happens behind the scenes. So it's like if you pray for this, but God knows it's going to lead to something ill and something wrong, he won't answer that prayer because that's only going to hurt you. And then you'll be mad at God, be like, oh, God, if you knew that was going to happen, why'd you let me do this? Or why'd you allow this to happen? When in reality, God's like, no, I denied your prayer and you still went.
Yeah, wow, that's good. That's good. I love it, man. Yeah, it's so mind opening, and so it gives you us a bigger picture that having a relationship with God, having faith with Jesus, is just not just a feeling or just a thinking. Because if we always trust in our feelings, man, I think our feelings will always bring us to a season where we're always wrong. Because if I feel like it's the right way, but God is saying, like what Jordan said, no, I closed that door and you still feel that it's the right way, but I gave you a clear thing. I'm closing that door and there's no opportunities for you to do that, and you still go and do that, or hang out with the wrong crowd. Boom, there you go. We reap our consequences. And yeah, man. And it's so sad to hear, like, in this generation, a lot of people walk away from their faith because their prayers are not answered. But it's not just that. It's true. Sometimes our prayers are not answered because God knows what's best for us. And we might not see it. We might not feel it right now, but he knows.
It's all about trust.
That's right.
You just gotta trust him.
That's
with
right.
with any opportunity, any door that he opens, you just gotta walk through it. No matter what doors he closes behind you, he's closing those doors for a good reason.
Yeah.
And to open one door, you have to close another. So
Like Pastor Oscar also, when we talk about that guy Charles
Blondin.
Blondin,
Lumpkin.
Blondin, Charles Blondin. Pastor Oscar mentioned about the wheelbarrow walking to the Niagara Falls. Man, English is not my first language. Niagara Falls. Who was the person that volunteered?
His mother.
Boom. Bro, when you say trust, dude, his mom shows what trust really is, right? Like, would you dare go into a wheelbarrow? No safety lines, nothing, because that's like 1859. Man, would you do it?
Honestly, I'm gonna answer honestly. Probably not, unless like did tell me go do this and I'll protect you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
unless
yeah.
he painted out clearly that he was gonna protect me, then I wouldn't do it.
Bro.
I mean, honestly, I agree with that. But at the same time, if something's urging me and I know it's not just like my feelings, even though it may not be clear, like I still have to have faith.
Yeah.
So for me, I'll be honest, it's like it'd be like 50-50 because your human side will be like, hey, don't do this, you're gonna die or something, or something's gonna go wrong. But then the Lord will be like, hey, do this and I got your back. I always, I won't say I always do this because I'm human, I fail, but like I try to lean on that side. But I will say every now and then, like, that other side does get me. So it's really 50-50.
Dang, man. Your dad, Pastor Oscar, that's you. To come into the wheelbarrow and he will just do it. And okay, take it for instance. He's better than Charles Blondin, right? Would you do it, Preston?
I mean, yeah, because I know him well enough to know how good he is at something. If Stephen Curry said, "I'm shooting a 3, and if I miss it, you die. If I make it, you live," I have full trust in Stephen Curry because I know that he's good enough to make the shot, and so
I think to hit that on that note, because Pastor Oscar mentioned that analogy, right? And that's a very great point he put out, because if you know who that person is that you're putting your life in that person's hands, and you know that person, then the more you will trust that person, right? I think sometimes we forget so much that when we do real life situations, coming out from church and doing stuff like that, we put ourselves in that situation. Like, how much do you really know who Jesus is? Because sometimes we don't really know who Jesus is, and that's why we do like, I don't know what I can do this. Okay, Pastor Gary, shout out to you, man. You're disturbing us right now. We're on a time crunch, Pastor Gary. Okay, yeah. Pastor Gary is just being funny, but it's so true. Like, if I really do know who Xavier is, and I spend more time with him, yeah, I'll trust Xavier. I'll trust him.
You saying you don't trust me now? Is that what you're saying?
I did not say that.
No, I'm kidding.
I did not say that. I would trust. Okay. I would trust Xavier more to cook my food
Ooh.
than I would trust Jordan.
That's crazy.
Wait, hold on.
All right.
Here's why. Because I know Xavier so well that he's a great cook, but I have never tried Jordan's food before.
Have you tried his?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's some unprecedented bias here. Okay. All right.
But that's because I know Xavier. I know what he does. I know what he can do. His advice on cooking, his things that he tries, the things that he I know that he learns and he practices it, and he's lived that lifestyle, that testament, right? The same way as goes for God. Like, I know who God is for all the things that he has done in my life. That's why I'm going to choose a decision, not because of my feelings, or not just because of what I think that, oh, yeah, maybe God would do this. No, because I know he is God. And that's why we read the Bible. It's a testament. It's all there, lay out there, evidence of knowing who God is. What do you guys think?
That's kind of like what Pastor Oscar said with the whole you wouldn't go to a single person who's never been in a relationship for relationship advice.
Yeah.
Or someone who's been in 10 relationships.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You want to go to the person who you know has a successful,
Who's been
like,
married for however many years and loves being married.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And if we relate it to the Bible, if we relate to God, the Bible says it there. It shows there, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, man. Jordan, you write notes.
Yeah.
Come on, tell us.
That's what I'm
man.
looking at right now. A big one that I also liked was when you let multiple doubts accumulate in your mind becomes a house of doubt. And that applies so much in today's world because doubt is like everywhere you look. Like, I know for me personally, like, I was doubting during school today that I'm going to pass one of my classes, and it kept eating at me all day. And I know that's how it works a lot of ways, especially in faith too, because it's like kind of like back to like that unanswered prayer. Yes, God doesn't change his character. So when he unanswers your prayers for a good reason, you might not know that reason. So it might accumulate doubt in your mind. And then it's 4:30, but
It was a good time.
But
No.
when that doubt starts to accumulate, you're like, oh gosh, like, I'm going to fail this, or maybe I'm not good enough for God. And then it starts to accumulate. And that's when the enemy really creeps in. And so you always have to like try to be aware of, like, that's why I love to pick up my Bible, because it's always like, hey, just because you messed up doesn't mean you're going to lose me. Or just because you did this doesn't mean I hate you. No, I love you. And I just think it's really important to try to like have that mindset of, even though I messed up, because our God, like, when we get mad, like when we do something wrong, our God is not a father who we should be scared from. But when we mess up, God is the type of father to where we can run to and apologize instead of having to run away from him or being scared of what he's going to do, because he loves us so much. So I just feel like when that doubt happens, like, it's like always trying to go get that reassurance. Like, if like, for instance, let's say you think you're going to fail a math test, but then you do really good on the review, it's kind of like reassuring you that, hey, I might actually pass this test now because I did really good on the review. And like that applies to faith. Like, when you're doubting God, or because like God always makes things happen, like, for you. Like, if you need something and God knows its benefits to you, God will provide. So like, when you have doubt of like, man, maybe God doesn't really love me, or maybe I messed up to God, God will like give you that reassurance, whether it be from a friend being like, hey, I can see you're doing proud in your faith, I just want to tell you I'm proud of you, or like, hey, you really got me closer to God and I thank you for that. It's like that reassurance of like, God still loves you and here's how he's going to show it to you. But that's just like a thing for me.
You have to take captive every thought. Like you said, you can't stop a bird from pooping on your head, but you can stop it from building a nest.
I love that quote.
Like stuff, like bad
that was
thoughts
a
can go
banger
through your
quote.
brain, but you have to interrogate, you have to question it, you have to stop it before a bunch of them pile up, and you let it pile up, and then it becomes this whole thing that you just can't control.
Yeah, I love that. And it's also related to verses like, the enemy can always burn coals on your head. It's just like it's all about how you're gonna react to the things that happen in your life. Are you still gonna trust God, or are you still gonna trust in your emotions and be like, oh man, this sucks, I'm depressed, blah blah blah. But no, I'm gonna trust Him because He has done everything in the past. He knows what's best. Yeah, man, that's good. Well, thanks, guys. This is great, man. I know this is a short one, but we're gonna end with this. What will be your one word or one take from yesterday's sermon that you would share? Just maybe a word, maybe a sentence. You know, can be a word, can be a sentence. Feel free. Think about it. What's your one take that you can give an advice to students listening to the podcast? That what Pastor Oscar said yesterday.
Build up your faith right now, so that whenever trials come, you're ready, and that you know it's strong.
Ooh, yeah.
Don't wait.
Come on, don't wait.
Don't wait till you're in your lowest of lows to cry out to God.
Yeah, good.
Keep your faith strong. Keep believing. No matter how hard the trials and tribulations may get, keep faith knowing that God will carry you through them.
That's good.
Mine will probably sound a little blunt, but you will fail. You will mess up. You're human. But that doesn't mean God stops loving you. He
Yeah.
never stops loving you. He's always there with open arms no matter how far away you get. He's just waiting for you to return. So just hold on to that. When you slip up, God will still be there.
That's good. That's good. Go to the gym. That's my advice.
You say
Okay.
what?
Go to the gym.
All right.
We need to get more men in the gym.
We do. Yeah.
I'm telling if there was a like a stat on manliness, the last 10 years I promise you has gone down.
Why do you say that?
He's
that
not
many people
wrong.
Go to the gym
I
anymore.
feel like he's not wrong.
I'm just
Have you
saying.
guys been to the gym?
yeah.
Yeah.
Which gym you guys
I
go
go to the YMCA by my job.
to? Oh.
I hit
Say
leg day. I hit
YMCA or Planet Fitness.
Oh, Planet Fitness.
I've a 7th hour in my school for 45 minutes, and I work out there every day. Same.
Sometimes that's all you need. It's 45 minutes. Like I went
Exactly.
to the gym.
Yeah.
I went to the gym Tuesday. We were there for like maybe 20, 25 minutes, and my legs are still sore today.
Come on.
Go to the gym.
And it's like the same
Go
thing.
gym.
Like, yeah, it's true. Go to the gym because why would you want to work out when you're supposed to? Then all of a sudden you find out, oh, I need to be prepared for this race, but you never worked out. You know. There you go.
Pop
You
some
work
earbuds
out
in,
now.
listen to a sermon or worship music, and just hit a quick
Exactly.
pump.
Get in there and lock in.
Come on.
You build the muscles and you build your faith. That's a quote right there.
you go.
Ooh, that's a bar.
That is. Well, guys, thank you so much. Let's end this podcast. It's episode 10. It's gonna be a new season for episode 11. We're gonna do exciting things.
Wow, I'm on the
so-
season finale. I'm honored.
You are
I'm
on the
honored.
season. By the way, guys, shout out to Xavier. He is one of our leaders here in Victory Youth, and he is awesome, man.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that so much, honestly.
That's right. He can breakdance, as you can see.
You sure about that?
I
Reminder.
can hit the worm. That's
well,
about it.
We'll see you guys on the next episode.
See ya.
And remember, December
11th,
11th, and the rapping is December
18th. And reminder, there's no church the 25th because it is Christmas.
Don't
Spend time
be
with your
late.
family.
Be late. 6:30 next week. 6:30 next week.
See you
5:30 if
guys.
you want food.
Bye.
Bye.